Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, March 2nd, 2017. Just want to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Sue O'Reilly here from Chart of the Day Cafe. Hope everybody's had a great week so far. I'm filming this at about 7:45 on Thursday morning, and the futures look to be a little bit undecided to flat, so we'll see how the day ends up. With that, let's get into today's video. Regular viewers well know we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index. We want to make sure that before we put any new watch list names forward for our list, we're putting them forward in a rising market environment. And we use the Russell as our proxy for the markets overall, just to keep these videos short. And specifically, we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. So we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. We have the candle now for the month of February complete, so you can see it turned out to be a little bit of a doji candle with a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. January, same sort of doji looking candle. December. So we're paying attention to this area here. So we're looking at the monthly candles. We can see November's candle was the one, the powerful candle that pushed us through this prior area of support and resistance. And here's where we're focusing now. So let's pull it away from the monthly to the 1-year weekly. And we can better see this wedge that we had drawn in. And we kept this wedge here. This is the anchor candle for the wedge. Price action on the weekly chart. We sort of drifted out of the wedge and we continue to just drift higher. So worth noting though that the prior couple of weeks were softer candles, a doji and a little bit of a softer candle here. So we'll see how this one ends up for this week. It's Thursday morning, so we've got 2 days of trading ahead of us. But having said that, price is continuing to show strength. We're using our 8-day EMA as our guide. This is the weekly chart, but price is up and over that 8-day EMA on the weekly chart as well as the daily chart. So let's move it over to that daily chart and look at it. So here's the 3-month daily, same 8-day EMA, this blue line. We had weakness and then strength yesterday, but we're at that area that posed a little bit of but where the market started to get soft in the 2 prior weeks. So we want to see if we can get past this area. So we're keeping a close eye. But having said that, that price strength continues. So we will be putting a new chart forward for our watch list this morning. And so the chart we're going to add to our watch list today is TOTAL, ticker symbol TOT. It trades on the New York Stock Exchange. Before I get into the chart though, let me tell you a little bit more about the company. Total, together with its subsidiaries and affiliates worldwide, is an integrated international oil and gas company. With operations in more than 130 countries, Total engages in all aspects of the petroleum industry. It is a huge player. You know what, Chart of the Day Cafe? It is all about value, and Total has a really nice high value score. Second thing I look for is growth, and Total currently has a forecasted earnings growth rate of 19%. I like that. Third thing I look for, it's not a must like value and growth, but in this case it is there, is a dividend yield. Total has a current dividend yield of 5.36%. That's a nice high yield. Current PE on it is 11.99. So with that, let's get into the chart. We're looking at the 2-year weekly. First thing I want you to see that overall it's in an uptrend, going higher. It was trading below this orange line, which is my area of support and resistance, for a very long time, but it broke through and is now trading in this wedge pattern. I love these patterns. When price gets compressed like this in an uptrending stock, should the market continue higher with these scores and that yield, I would think that Total would break out of this wedge and move higher. So we'll move it away from the 2-year weekly to the 6-month daily to better see how price is behaving. We like to look at the 3 and 8. I'm going to put that on very quickly. When price, the pink 3 EMA, moves up and over the blue, these are areas where we are interested. Love that look. I know everyone has their own way of doing things, and I'm not suggesting you do it this way, but I like to see that kind of a look. So Total does not have a 3 and 8 cross yet, but should the market continue to show strength and this sector continue to show strength, it looks as though it may want to start giving us that 3 and 8 cross and moving out of this wedge. So we'll see. We'll monitor it in the days ahead. So it's early, but it's one to put on our watch list and keep an eye on for sure. Love this area. Whenever we add a new name to our watch list, we always like to check the sector that it's in. So we're looking at XOP, which is the ETF for the oil and gas exploration sector. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see that overall it's in an uptrend. It had this area where it kind of traded flat but broke through. This is the weekly chart. It's settling at this area of support. So what we want to take away is overall uptrend on the 2-year chart and sitting in an area of support. This is the weekly. Now let's move it into the daily and take a look. So this is the daily chart. We're starting to get that lift off of this area. So we'll see if that continues. But always like to check the sector that our particular watch list pick is in. The other thing we like to do is look at seasonality, and for that we go to this terrific website, equityclock.com. It's really awesome. I love it. We like to check the seasonality, and we can see that in March, Total enters a period of seasonal strength. So no guarantee that happens again this year, but nice to know that you've got that extra piece of information behind you on your watch list pick. I also like to put other things in front of you. I like to go to this is finviz.com. If you scroll down, you can see analysts' opinions of the stock, and you can see that Total has a recent upgrade by Deutsche Bank from hold to buy. So we like to see that analyst support. There are some really terrific articles here as well, but I'm going to circle this one perfect stock to invest. This Motley Fool article, which I will include with today's video, basically talks about Total being in a really good position with their costs. And then here is the thing I'm focusing on, the catalyst for why it might go higher. They've been signing some aggressive new contracts in the Middle East. So not only is it undervalued, it's got that growth forecast, that dividend yield. It's also got some catalysts that might lift it further from here. We will see. Emphasis on might. And so to summarize, let's go back and check our boxes. We started the video today with a look at the Russell Index, which we use as our proxy for the markets overall. We can see that the Russell Index is in an uptrend. Not only that, but price is up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily chart. So we're going to check that box. We looked at XOP, which is the ETF for the oil and gas exploration sector. We can see that XOP is in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and sitting at an area of possible support. Emphasis on possible. So we're going to check that box. We looked at the chart for Total. We can see that like XOP, Total is in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and as well at an area of possible support. We know that Total has a great value score, these are highlighted because they're absolute musts for me at Chart of the Day Cafe. It's got a good growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate of 19%. Pays a dividend, so we're going to check that box. It's currently got a dividend yield of 5.36%. We do not have this box checked because it does not have a 3 and 8 EMA daily cross yet. I should put daily in there. We looked at the seasonal chart. We can see that it's got seasonal favor. It's got analyst support with a recent upgrade. It's got a current PE of 11.99. The next earnings date is April 26th, so we don't really have to worry about earnings too much yet. And the changing story is, I'm going to include an article, but Total has been very aggressive in signing production and operation contracts in the Middle East, which should bode well for them in the future. As a reminder, I just wanted to say, if you like these videos, please hit the subscribe button on our homepage and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to check out our discussion section where Monday through Thursday I will endeavor to post notes about prior Chart of the Day Cafe picks that might be lifting off support or getting 3 and 8 crosses. Yesterday I posted CX, which was our video pick, watch list pick on Tuesday. We talked about this wedge, and CX had a nice move out of the wedge with volume yesterday. So always worth checking that discussion section.